against Seattle Storm, they pulled their starters so she couldn't get that double-digit assist record 3 consecutive games with at least 20 points and 10 or more. Let her cook. But if I'm Caitlin Clark, I'd have told Skylar Diggins, get your coat, your brim, and get on out of my gym. Let her cook. She's going to be good because she got 2 skill sets. She can score the basketball and she can assist the basketball. So if one is not going, the other one will.
Skylar Diggins-Smith shoves Caitlin Clark in front of shocked fans. But wait, there's more to this story than meets the eye. What led to this shocking moment, and what does it say about the changing face of women's basketball? Caitlin Clark's path to the Women's National Basketball Association has been very amazing. The Iowa native's electric play broke records and won hearts, taking the collegiate basketball world by storm. There was never before seen excitement surrounding her move to the professional ranks, and Clark has lived up to it all. Clark demonstrated once more why she's the talk of the league in her most recent game against the Seattle Storm. With 23 points, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds, she had an outstanding stat line. However, Clark stands out for more reasons than simply her stats. It's also because of the way her presence and enthusiasm affect the game.
Seattle Storm, here's Clark. Clark looking to take it around Lloyd. Clark bodies in and finishes. Clark, what a pass, in stride, and Hull lays it in. First lead of the quarter for Indiana for most assists in a season by a rookie. Here's Clark speeding all the way in to the cup. Attempts from 3 have been consistently short thus far today. Clark trying to shake Whitcomb, step back is good. In the mid-range for Caitlin Clark.
Clark's competitive fire was evident throughout the match. After missing a shot, she struck the padded base of the basket out of rage. She received a technical foul for this action, which at first looked like it would ruin her performance. From Clark's reaction to this blow was anything from conventional. Clark utilized the technical foul as motivation rather than allowing it to derail her. "I got a technical for basically being mad at myself because I missed the 3, she said. Reflecting on the incident, "I believe he inspired me to keep playing much more aggressively." This way of thinking demonstrates Clark's resilience and capacity to use hardship for good. The figures support what Clark has said. Her performance really took off once she got the technical.
Caitlin Clark is getting the crowd and going. Y'all see Skylar Diggins speed up to make contact with her. Stop this.
I mean, she's a dog through her style of play. Through her play, she's a dog. I don't think she has that trash.
Man, y'all stop this foolishness. Y'all see the woman speed up.
For the remaining minutes of the game, she scored 12 points, pulled down 3 rebounds, and passed out 6 assists. What separates Clark from her colleagues is her ability to bounce back from setbacks and perform better than before. But there are certain disadvantages to Clark's ferocious acting approach. She was almost suspended after picking up her 5th technical foul of the season in this game. Discussions over Clark's on-court conduct and its possible repercussions have been triggered by this circumstance, which has drawn criticism. Christy Sid, the head coach, responded to these worries by saying, "Caitlin is just a fierce competitor. I don't need her to miss a game." Sid's remarks emphasized the tightrope walk Clark needs to walk in order to keep her competitive advantage and stay out of trouble. And in spite of these obstacles, Clark keeps creating history. When she recorded her 225th assist in the second quarter of that game, she broke the previous record most WNBA rookie season assists. This accomplishment highlights Clark's versatile skill set and her capacity to develop her teammates. Clark has had a greater influence on the WNBA than just her own achievements. Her entrance has given the league a fresh lease on life and attracted both spectators and press interest. The WNBA is evolving due to the rookie's aggressive performance and willingness to compete against veteran stars like Skylar Diggins-Smith. In the WNBA, Skylar Diggins-Smith's shove of Caitlin Clark represented more than simply a fleeting act of bad sportsmanship. It was a collision of 2 eras. Since 2013, Diggins-Smith, a seasoned veteran and 5-time All-Star, has served as a vital member of the league. She is renowned for her ferocious competitiveness, leadership skills, and scoring prowess. But maybe that competitive fire burned a little too brightly on this particular night. There was tension in the game at the time of the push. With her signature flair, Clark had been putting on quite the show, collecting assists and points. Diggins-Smith shoved Clark with her arm as the 2 players came into contact. The arena fell silent, then let forth a mixture of gasps and boos. It was a scene that seemed to capture the league's shifting dynamics. What then may have caused such an unusual outburst from a well-respected veteran such as Diggins-Smith? Some people assume that it was anger at being undershadowed by the upstart phenomenon. Some speculate as to whether the goal was to scare Clark, to demonstrate to her that the WNBA is more than just spectacular plays and highlight reels. The thrust wasn't the end of the tension. Diggins-Smith got into a furious argument with her own coach, Christy Sid, later on in the game. The tension that was already brewing was further intensified by the altercation on the sidelines. It sparked debate about the dynamics of the team and whether even the most seasoned players were feeling the strain of facing out against up-and-coming talent like Clark. NFL legend Shannon Sharpe commented on the matter, providing a viewpoint that a lot of fans had not thought of. "I think it's jealousy," Sharpe remarked, implying that veteran players might be finding it difficult to handle the praise and attention given to rookies like Clark. A discussion concerning the difficulties experienced players encounter navigating a shifting league environment was spurred by his remarks. Sharpe continued after that, expressing his belief that young talent should be encouraged. He said, "I would like the ladies to welcome her with open arms and what she brings to the table." His remarks emphasize an important point. Talents like Clark can raise the league as a whole by attracting more fans, media attention, and eventually greater opportunities for all players. There is more to the incident between Diggins-Smith and Clark than just a personal grudge. It is a microcosm of the more significant developments taking place in the WNBA. Older players have to change as new stars come on the scene, bringing new life and new followers. Some accept the challenge, viewing it as a chance to improve themselves. Maybe others are alarmed by the change in focus. In addition, this push and shove incident calls into question the role models and sportsmanship of women's basketball. Players like Clark and Diggins-Smith are idolized by younger fans. What impact will this occurrence have on their view of sportsmanship and competition? Striking a fine balance between intense rivalry and upholding the rules of the game is necessary. The WNBA has long emphasized shattering stereotypes and breaking down boundaries. It now has to manage a different kind of difficulty as a new player generation changes the league. The confrontation between Diggins-Smith and Clark is only one outward manifestation of this continuous change. The entry of Caitlin Clark into the WNBA is not just creating a stir, but a major upheaval in the league's structure. Women's basketball has been revitalized by her electric exploits and record-breaking debut season, which have enthralled both fans and media. However, the dynamics of the league are changing as a result of this influx of fresh talent, offering players everywhere both possibilities and challenges. Stars in their prime, like Skylar Diggins-Smith, are in uncharted ground. After serving as the league's ambassadors for years, they are now sharing the limelight with rookies who are making news and shattering records. This change is more about legacy, publicity, and endorsements than it is about playing time or stats. Newcomers are now vying with veterans for media attention and fan adulation after they put a lot of effort into developing their own brands and professions. Some people find this new rivalry to be stimulating. It challenges them to improve, come up with fresh ideas for contributions, and maintain their relevance. Some could have a sense of threat, concerned that their well-earned position is being eclipsed. It is possible to interpret the shove event between Diggins-Smith and Clark as a physical representation of this underlying tension. However, as NFL great Shannon Sharpe noted, there's a more effective method to handle this shifting environment. His counsel to let her cook is not limited to Clark. It is an appeal for the league to accept its up-and-coming players. Sharpe's viewpoint emphasizes the value of supportive policies for emerging talent and robust competition. The league as a whole gains when seasoned players embrace rookie players and assist in their development. Not only is this change impacting certain individuals, but it's also changing the WNBA as a whole. The league is becoming more and more popular, as seen by rising social media involvement and viewership. Many of the new fans that Clark has attracted are first-time viewers of women's basketball. The WNBA has a fantastic potential to broaden its appeal and establish itself in the sports industry thanks to this surge of interest. But expansion also brings with it growing pains. The league needs to figure out how to promote its new stars without offending its current roster. It must figure out how to pay tribute to the veterans who have long served as the league's backbone, while also showcasing promising newcomers like Clark. The harmony within the squad and the spirit of the league depend on this delicate balance. Even though they are regrettable, incidents like the push and shove between Diggins-Smith and Clark can help to shape the league's narrative. They produce buzz, foment rivalries, and serve as talking points. These tense times, when managed well, can result in higher levels of fan interaction and media coverage. They provide the league with narratives that go beyond the court, giving the season more nuance and drama. However, it's a thin line to tread. The WNBA must make sure that the amazing athleticism and ability on show are not overshadowed by these rivalries and conflicts, which must stay professional. Off-court drama should never take center stage. It should always be the secondary storyline that draws attention to the game itself. Adaptability is going to be crucial as the league develops further. Veterans will need to figure out how to get along with and guide up-and-coming talent. It will be difficult for rookies like Clark to deal with the demands of overnight celebrity while also honoring the guys who came before them. In order to promote an environment of respect for one another and healthy competition, coaches and team management will be extremely important.